Hello, I'm Kelly from Kelly Loves K-Pop. Thank you for coming to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you guys the first flip through on my channel for the Elemental Power Tarot. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to get directly to the cards because that's my favorite part of every flip through video, but at the end I'll have a small review of how I feel about the deck and how I intend to work with it. So if you're into that, please stick around. Thank you for clicking, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so we're back, and I'll start off with what I loved and what I didn't love about the packaging, because I have a lot of pros and cons with this deck. I'll tell you up front. So the packaging, the box has a nice magnetic closure, which I really enjoy. It's not a bad size for the deck. It won't take up too much room on your shelf if you decide to keep it in the box. It's a nice sturdy box. It's going to take a lot of abuse over the years. I love like a little bit of the gold foil, the artwork, the color. I love the color choice. It's really, really nice. My big gripe is that this little paper tray for the cards is going to fall apart by about the 5th time you reach for these cards. Mine came already ripped on the inside, and it's not the first time that I get a tray like this inside of a box and it's just already falling apart the first time you open it. Did I say also the creator of this deck, Melinda Lee Holm, I absolutely love the artwork they chose for this deck, but also with a few complaints, but we'll get that in a second. The book it comes with is a really nice size. It is full color. It has a lot of great information in it. It has this, since the majors have no people, they have usually like some animals, and they'll have like an herb in here, like the chariot here, and then it has the apothecary entry in the book. Let's see if you guys can see. And this one is for chicory. So you'll see the chicory in the image there. Now the minors are pips, and that's a part of this deck that I get a little less happy with. But we'll start out with the majors. I think if you're into path working, cards like this card are just begging you to step in here. I do love the line work and the attention to detail they have. Some cards like the Lovers are not my favorite just because of the design choice of like all the patterns. And I don't know if the patterns, that's part of the appeals, that they're meant to clash, they're meant to stand out. But to me, a little bit of color blocking would have gone a long way in this versus the actual patterns. So just a little hard on the eyes compared to some of the other cards, like Strength. Like, I love the endearing face on this lion. Like, it's like I want to go pet him, but also I'm kind of scared he might rip my arm off, you know? The Wheel of Fortune is really fun. It has like 4 animals, even if they're not the traditional, you know, fixed signs of zodiac. They are just like 4 animals to remind you that they're going around the wheel. Justice has a full-on heart in it, which, considering most of this deck feels like very soft and approachable, this one was like a little bit of a shock for me. But also, I really like it because the whole measuring against the feather gives in some kind of old Egyptian vibes. The Hanged Man was a really interesting choice to show you as the person hanged upside down looking at the forest upside down. So, you know, when you turn it around, you can see the imagery there. So I showed obviously all of these cards in the flip through, but those are some of my favorite and less favorite choices in the majors. So now we're going to talk about the minors. I do not like that these pips have you decided to draw full backgrounds, but you didn't actually differentiate, you know, you didn't do scenic backgrounds. So it just seemed like a lot of work for very little payoff, in my opinion. If I was putting all that effort into making a deck, if I wasn't going to change the background, you could have done it Marseille style and not even had the background. And I think with this artwork, it would have worked. So that was an interesting choice for me. And just, I'm not as strong a pip reader personally. That is something that pushes me away from decks, but honestly, the artwork and the idea behind this deck, I like a lot. So I'm going to work really, really hard to get better with pips specifically for this deck. The other thing I wanted to point out was the courts. The page and the knight obviously have a really good way to tell them apart. It also shows their elemental associations, so they were earth and fire, and then the king and the queen is, you know, water and air. He has the bubbles because to represent the air in this one. But I just feel like between the king and the queen, there's just not enough distinction. You get another suit here. Get the wands out. The distinctions could be clearer. Again, I feel like some of these pips, it's just not enough. It's good, but it could be stronger. You know, so we have your earth and your fire, and then you're gonna have your water and your air. Now, I personally like the decision of kings being air. That's kind of how I personally associate them. Maybe because I'm an air sign and that's my ego talking, but I like it that way. But I just do feel like the queens and the kings, a little bit more difference that could have been put in there, because there will be harder for me to memorize. So, but otherwise, really strong deck. I love the pentacle suit. I love how rooted and earthy it feels. The elements are so strong in here. If you're an elemental nature-based reader, I really love the scenes without the people in the majors. Overall, it's a super strong deck, and it's very, very affordable. So if you don't mind pips, I would 100% recommend this deck. I just think it's a wonderful take, and the book is really, really great. So for me, it'll probably be worth spending the time to get better with pips. It's not my favorite thing to do when they're scenic minors, and it's so much more to like draw from as an intuitive reader like I am. If you're more of like a rote style memorization person, this probably won't be a problem for you at all. But overall, I think Melinda Lee Holm did a great job on this deck. I hope to see more from them. I'm definitely going to be using it, so look forward to that on the channel. And if you've stuck around this long, like, thank you. Please press the like button it lets me know if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to be sharing more decks as I get them with you guys. And feel free, if you're into K-pop, to submit me your K-pop questions, and I'll add them to my list of readings. The list is pretty long right now, but we'll continue to work through them day by day. So thanks a lot, guys. Please take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and have a great day. I'll see you soon.